Hello, hello, kitty cats, and welcome back to another episode of Tales and Tassels, the show where you learn about the lives of burlesque and nightlife performers, their craft, their cats, and how the two worlds collide. I'm your host, Gemma Smith. By day, I work in animal welfare, and by night, I host the Catbaret, New York City's cat-themed variety show. And oh my goodness, we have such a good interview for you today. I'm joined by filmmaker and journalist Megan Liz Smith, and this conversation is thoughtful, funny, cat-filled, and genuinely moving. But before we dive in, quick reminder, if you love episodes like this, come join our community on Instagram at Tales and Tassels Pod. Subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening, join our newsletter, and send this episode to a fellow cat person if it resonates. This is an independent podcast made entirely by me, so your support truly helps it grow. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so Megan and I connected on social media, and we realized we both live in Bushwick, Brooklyn, and I got to see her short documentary, Cat Lady, at a local film festival, and I was completely drawn in. In this episode, we talk about her journey through documentary journalism and national news, what inspired her to tell the story of an independent rescuer in South Florida, and how she approached filming with care, dignity, and trust. We also get into feral cat routes, foster stories, prescription food struggles, and we get into her own two kitty cats at home, including her very sweet orange soul cat, Jack, and a toy recommendation your cats might go absolutely wild for. It's smart and heartfelt and very cat, so let's get into it. I am with Megan Liz Smith. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm excited to have you on the pod and get to know you better.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I love the cat earrings. I've got the cat ears. We're very cat themed.
I'm glad you noticed that. Yes, and we were just chatting. I was like, let's hit record because you're wearing cat ears because you came to the Catbaret.
Yes. I love the Catbaret. The Catbaret was very fun. The Halloween one, especially everyone was in costume. So it was very fun.
Thanks so much. Okay, well, we connected for our listeners, our kitty cats, we call them. You and I think, connected on TikTok, and we discovered we both lived in Bushwick.
Yeah.
And you invited me to a short film festival here in Bushwick where your film was showing, and I loved it. It's called Cat Lady. We're going to get into it. But to give our listeners a little bit of background about you, you're a filmmaker and a journalist. Can you tell me more about your start and background to where you are now?
Yeah, so diverting from cats a little bit, career-wise, I went to school at the University of Missouri for documentary journalism, which is a very funny thing to major in these days, documentary filmmaking. But, there's documentary in everything, and it's a lot of storytelling involved. And from there, I was able to move to Minneapolis for a bit, where I was the head cinematographer at a corporate company, and then moved to local news in South Florida as senior creative producer at a news station, WPTV, which was very fun. And that was like a little foray into news, which then led me to New York. And I was working as a national news photojournalist for a few years, I think 2 years, with Scripps News, which was also very fun. And I got to travel a lot. Fun, but also serious. You're covering a lot of serious news, doing a lot of big stories. And and since then I've been freelancing, which has been good because I have been able to produce more films. So Cat Lady was a good example of that. And that's what I've been looking to do pretty much, is to focus more on being able to create my own stories while also freelancing for news organizations. I always love the news game.
Oh, I love that. That's a dream, being able to freelance, use your skills, and then also be able to pursue your art. And how long have you been in New York?
I've been in New York now for, I think, 3 years. It might be 4 years. I think we're past the 3-year point.
Okay. So you
and
moved here after
because
COVID.
we've moved every year. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And you mentioned you were lead creative producer for the news station in Florida?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's where the film Cat Lady takes place, right?
Yes. Okay, yes, that was so fun, and I actually met well, yeah, so do we I can get into, like, the story
Yeah,
behind that
like what
film
in
if we want.
yes,
Yeah.
please tell us.
Yeah, so and just a little summary, Cat Lady is a short film about a cat lady and about women that take care of feral cats, specifically in South Florida in Delray Beach, which I loved. I lived in Delray Beach, and,
I've never been. Okay, gotta go
it's
there.
fun. It's like it's a little, city in between, like, West Palm and, like, Boca Raton.
Okay.
It's so cute, though. It's very interesting because it's a lot of young people, and there's not a lot of young
Ah.
people in, like, Boca Raton,
Yeah.
and, I'm forgetting the one that's in between that and West Palm Beach, but, like, it's a little hub of, like, specifically, on Atlantic, that's the main street. There's a lot of money and a lot of wealth,
Okay.
but also a lot of older people and a lot of feral cats and a lot of, Haitian immigrants too that live in
Mhm.
one small, area right close to the beach. So all that to say, it's a really interesting community, specifically in South Florida because there's a huge makeup of different amounts of people. And I lived in Delray Beach when I was working at the news station, and that was how I got introduced to the cat ladies there, which are not like anywhere else in the country, in my opinion, because the cat problem in Florida is not like anywhere else in the country. The weather is just so good, and there's just so many cats. It's crazy. And I've always loved cats. I've got my little cat ears on. And when I was living in Florida, I didn't have a lot of friends in Florida at the time, because it was a new city and I was like working a lot. And the cats were the first thing that I had noticed where I'd be driving around and I'm like, I'm from Minnesota. I did not grow up with feral cats, because it's just too cold. So I would notice the cats a lot. And I got involved through the city, actually. Guys, this is a tip for any listeners. If you want to get involved with feral cats and you live in a community of them, there's probably something with the city already going on. And so that was how I got connected with them, actually, because they had monthly meetings with, I believe it was a city
Oh.
commissioner, possibly with someone with animal control. And there was someone specifically in the city hall at the time who was a very nice woman who was very interested in helping the cats. And so that was how it came to be. But, anyways, it was at that meeting I met a woman named Cindy who was very sweet. I think Deanne was also at that meeting. I'm not really sure, but I didn't get connected to Deanne until later on. I got connected through
Wow.
Cindy, who was very sweet and very nice, and I love Cindy and we're still friends. And she and I just became friends and, with helping the cats and everything because she would go on a cat route feeding the cats, which is similar to what my film is about. My film is about a woman that goes on a cat route every day, which is very intense. And Cindy doesn't necessarily do that. She probably spends maybe half an hour doing a route a day. Or at least she was at the time, so
And Deanne, the subject of your film, I forgot how many hours did she say she spends taking care of the cats
I think it's like 5 hours, sometimes more, sometimes less, and she works a
every
full-time
day?
job. Yeah, and so it's like she's doing that after work, but it's like that is her whole life. And so this was so interesting to me because when I first met Cindy, who is, I would say, a bit more, relaxed maybe about it. Like,
Mhm.
again, like, it's not her whole life. She and I had reached out and I was like, "I'm looking to help out. Is there anyone that really needs help?" And the first person she put me in contact with was Deanne.
Ooh, so you were connected with Deanne to at first just volunteer, you just wanted to help the cats.
Yeah, so I went on the cat route with her. This is when I was working at WPTV, doing creative services for them. So at this time, like, I was working a full-time news job, but I was also always looking for stories. This was just a thing for my life that I wanted to do, and I went on her with the cat route, and immediately I did think, I was like, "This would be a very good story. This would be a great film." Just because of, honestly, her intensity, which you don't encounter in a lot of people, just in general, about the things that they care about when you come into nonprofit work or any type of helping thing like this. I mean, you will meet those people more often. But, yeah, I mean, still in any industry, in any avenue, you're going to meet the people that want to give their lives for something, and that was what I felt when I met her. And I mean, to the point where, like, even on the cat route on the day, I had felt, and I was at the time, I think, in my mid-20s, I was thinking, like, "I don't know if I could commit this time." you know,
Yeah.
which and they talk about all the time where it's like young people are not coming in to help in this way. But it was like, I don't know, I think it was like truly like 4 hours that she was doing. I think at the time, minimum 4 hours a day. And I don't know. And so all that to say, it felt hard to help at the time, but I knew I was like, I want to tell a story about this woman. I want to be able to showcase what she's doing because it's incredible and people don't recognize it, and it takes so much.
Hey, kitty cats. If you love Tales and Tassels, you'll purr over our next live show, Catbaret. A cat lady purr tea is happening Wednesday, March 5th at Caveat in New York City. It's a night of cat-themed comedy, music, and burlesque, or as we like to call it, purlesque, celebrating the cat lady energy in all of us. Grab your tickets and join the community at catbaretshow.com. That's catbaretshow.com. See you there.
Yeah, it's really a testament to her and her life's purpose. When I was watching it,
Yeah.
I was moved. I could see how this is her life, you know? So how many times did you go out with her? It sounds like the first time you met her, you were like, oh my goodness, she's a right person for me to highlight in a documentary. How
Yeah.
did the process go of you asking her? Like, how many times did you meet her before
Yes.
you asked her, and how did she receive that?
Well, it's funny because I feel like it all filtered through Cindy, the first person that I met, which is often the way these things work with documentary, where it's like all about connections and all about building relationships. So if you want to get into a new community, and at the time, like I was not living in Florida anymore, when I finally was like, I want to make this film, I think I had moved to New York. That was like 2 years after I had moved to New York. And so I don't know, anytime you're trying to make a film about a community, especially one that you're not in, it's like you want to still maintain relationships within it. And yeah, I was still friends with them too. So it started with me reaching out to Cindy and asking if I could film with her because I think just, you know, I knew her a bit better. And she even then was like, I think she's also kind of a little camera shy, maybe, I don't know. But she even then was like, I don't think like I'm the right person to follow. You need to follow some other people. And there's always different characters in the cat community, you know, like especially the people helping. I'm sure you know, like with your job too. It's like there's different characters, and it's
Absolutely. In animal
yeah, and
welfare and independent rescuers, there's all different
yes,
characters and
yeah,
different personalities. It's an interesting like landscape. Yeah.
yeah, and it's funny. It's like usually the people that are like super chill and friendly, like aren't necessarily the most interesting people or like not the people that are would be the main characters of a story, perhaps. And so,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, I think I'd gotten to film with Deanne 2 times then. So this is how it happened. I contacted Cindy. Cindy reached out to Deanne. She reached out to her rescue group, and then she got me Deanne's phone number, and I texted Deanne again and followed up. And it was funny. I think she did remember me from that one time, and we were able to build that relationship back. Where I was like, I'm sorry, I couldn't continue helping. It was too much for me at the time. I would love to film with you. And I mean, she knows that. Like, that's the thing. She's very self-aware. So that was like the first thing that I noticed. I went to film with her I think 2 separate times. I'd love to go back and do a longer project, but I think this worked pretty well as like a short little feature as well. And so what's depicted is really truthfully one night in her life. And that's every night, every day though. Like there's a lot that wasn't in the film that she talked about sacrifices that she's made. And all that to say, it was a lot. You know, she sacrificed a lot.
Yeah, it really highlights that, like the emotional labor, the physical labor, because it's not just doing it for the 4 or 5 hours. It's like planning out, getting all the food, packing her
Yes.
van,
The
like,
feral cats that live in your home.
oh yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
or foster cats probably too, because I mean that was a big part of it, where it's like she's going out to take care of, and even there were comments in my YouTube when I'd posted it, and from some of her friends that were like, you didn't even mention like the big part of her job is Trap-Neuter-Return (TNR), you know, and like the big part of her job is fostering all the cats she has at home, and it's like, no, I know, like that's the thing, it is her life, and she's working a full-time job.
that's hard. I cannot
Yeah,
imagine doing both of those. Like, I love my 2
I
cats,
know.
and sometimes in the morning, I'm so quickly trying to make their food and just feed 2 cats and scoop the litter box before I work
Yeah.
my full-time job. I can't imagine this is another full-time, like 2 full-time jobs. And this film really highlights the emotional and that physical labor of independent rescue. So, how did you approach telling the story with honesty and also with care that this is, someone's life purpose? Yeah,
Yeah.
how did you approach that?
That's a good question. I mean, I wanted to be so respectful and and showcase her with beauty and dignity, because I love connecting with women of all ages. Honestly, that's the age group I like the best, and I feel like especially women
And
as we age, we don't get to see depictions of just quiet dignity of hard workers. And so I wanted to be very respectful because I know that there's so much to the term cat lady and it feels really kooky.
mhm.
And it's truthfully, what she is doing felt like a spiritual discipline and it was intense. And so that was just what I was trying to keep in mind. And I tried to practice that while filming, just even sometimes with putting down the camera when she'd start to talk about things where I was like, okay, I will be here to listen, but I don't want to. There were parts that I didn't film, too, where I think that's just a big part of
Yeah.
it. But this is practice, I think, in all documentary, where different people have different standards with it. But usually, if you're filming with someone kind of new or someone you haven't filmed before, or yeah, I don't know, it's good to be respectful. It's you don't have to be filming all the time, and when are times when it's just we want to make things comfortable. So yeah, I don't know. And also, I felt like I just tried to convey a level of trust where it's I will not make you look bad. You can
Mhm.
tell me if you don't want me to film something. We have an open line of communication. I am not trying to do anything here. I just love cats. I'm very interested in you, and I want to make this film because I think it's interesting. You know what I mean? So it was
Yeah.
trying to really convey to that there's no other meaning here. I just want to help.
That's so beautiful. I love that you gave her and people like her the recognition of acknowledging all the hard work that they do for animals. It could be a really thankless job other than, yeah, you're helping
Ugh.
animals and you're seeing them thrive because you're feeding them. This is so not cats related, but I love reality TV, right? I
Yes.
enjoy
Oh my god, me
documentaries as
too.
well, but it's such a difference between reality TV and a documentary where a lot of times I've read some books about producing reality TV and how sometimes producers want you to feel like you trust them, but they want you to do the crazy thing. But with you, and maybe it's different. Is it different in documentary filmmaking where you want to be respectful? Is that a difference, or just you as a documentarian?
I think it depends on the person, but truthfully, I've filmed a lot of people and I found that there's two types of people. There's a person that will be very self-conscious on camera no matter what, and then a person who is comfortable being themselves. So I think it more comes down to that sometimes too. And I mean, but also me as a person though, I am very good at making people feel comfortable when I'm
Nice.
filming with them. I mean, that's super important to me. So um yeah, I don't know, but I think it more comes down to the person because sometimes there are quite a few people that are never going to be off guard when you have a camera on them. And then there are others
Mm.
that are comfortable with themselves. And
Yeah.
I would say it is usually people that are more um really know themselves and have a very strong idea of what their purpose in life is. And I felt that with Deanne. You know what I mean? Where it's there's something
Yeah.
bigger going on. I will be myself no matter what.
I
Um
felt that too. She's very confident in who she is and her, her purpose. And
yeah.
what did she think about the film when it came
Oh,
out? She saw it and was she touched? Was she
she
excited?
loved it. She was very happy with it, I believe. I mean, we had texted about it quite a bit, and I was nervous, of course, as you are anytime to show a thing about a person for the first time.
Yeah.
But she was very happy with it. So, yeah, that made me happy. Some of her siblings had watched it, and they were happy with it, and other people in the community, and that was very sweet.
That's a
And, yeah, I don't know, I would say too, it's interesting with making a film like this because I immediately was getting connected to so many other people and stories that honestly are so similar. Where that's the crazy thing. It's Deanne was so interesting to me, but there are many people like her. There's Catman in Del Rey, who's a
yeah.
man that's doing these things, and everyone mentioned him, and they were like, "You have to make a film about Catman." So maybe that's my next one. I haven't been connected with him yet, and I mean, there's another community out by Miami that I was also connected with through this story. Where it's a huge trailer community and it's being foreclosed on, and there was a crazy amount of cats there. which I think at this point the rescues have hopefully helped out around there. But that's the thing. It's like once you start diving in to different stories or different areas in the cat community, there's so many other threads, you know what I mean? And there's so many other people that are all interested and invested, as I'm sure you know with this podcast.
Yeah, 100%. The more cat people the more cat people I meet, the more cat people then I meet. And like you, like there's so many folks I've met. I have friends now with other cat podcasters. I'm going on other cat podcasters, with Catbaret performers. And for folks who want to watch your film, I mean, we'll plug everything in the show notes, but they can watch it online, right?
On
They can watch it on YouTube.
Yes. You can watch it on my YouTube right now at Megan Liz Smith. And go like it, go watch it, go support it. I want to do more cat-related filming and more cat-related work in 2026. So hopefully this is just the start of a few new videos that will be coming out.
Oh, yes. And I should also connect you offline. Girls and Their Cats. If you have a rescue cat, she does great cat lady home tours. And
that's cute.
It's really fun. She has so many interesting cat people on her shows, too, to connect with. I think they would love your podcast or love your film.
I love that. I also want to get into, separately with cats, I also want to start fostering again this year. I don't know. We should talk about that. Because I feel, because I've had my 2 cats for a while. I've got...
Oh, yes, you have 2. Why did... Okay, so this is the cat time. You're going to tell us a big orange fluffy boy. Oh my gosh, a big orange. Is it a boy? I'm assuming.
This is a boy. His name is Jack. I love him. This one is my cat. I got him when I was 20. He's 8 years old now.
He's trying to bite
9,
her headphone.
I know. I gotta take him away. He's so sweet, though.
He's so cute.
Come here, buddy.
He's like a ball of fluff, kind of like a playful... I'm
so
just
sweet.
describing how cute he is.
I love him, though. He's so docile. We took him to the vet like a week ago, and the vet said, he can't be 8 years old. He must be 6.
When did you...
Oh my God.
How old was he when you adopted him?
So I'm 29 now. I got him when I was 20, and he was a kitten when I got him. But I love the idea. He's so young. He's so youthful. He is my soul cat. He will live forever.
Yeah, and he's still young. He could live another 12 years.
Yes, I want to have him until I'm 40. That's my goal.
Oh, that's a great goal.
That's my hope. Yeah. And then, and we actually do have the other cat here too if we want to.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to see it.
Go for it.
And then this is Opal. This is a cat I got with my partner 2 years ago. Oh, there she goes. And she's fun. She's young. She's feisty. She's very active. Jack is very, very chill.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's so funny. I also have a orange boy and a black cat girl, but she's more chill, or like they're older than your cat. They're like 12 and 13, but they're opposite personalities. Like I wish my orange boy would let me hold him like that. He's like, no, I want to do my own thing. Okay, so how do they get along? She's a little younger. Does he mind?
They're so cute. They're so funny. He's like, so he is so special to me, honestly, but he is truly like so docile. When I got him, he was like super chill, and I thought he was sick, and he has reoccurring conjunctivitis that makes him sick regularly. And I don't know, but so I think that, and the combination of and just his personality too. He's been very calm all the time, and so it's very sweet. Like he's really kind of the perfect cat. He does very well with meeting other cats. He's always just very calm and excited. And then she is so sweet. She's very athletic. She's very friendly and extroverted. He's gotten more shy in his older age, but he's still pretty young. But they get along pretty well, it seems. Because she's more fun and mischievous, and then he'll just kind of like be sitting there like looking
and wait, how long have you had Opal?
Opal, I think we've had for about 2 years now.
And did you have to seperate them at first? Like
we did.
Okay, you did, yeah.
Yes, let's get into it. Of course, you have to. I always tell people when they get a cat, it's like, people that don't really have cats, they'll just let them run wild. I worked at a PetSmart for a while, and I remember I had a family come in once that got a cat, and they came back 2 hours later, and they said, she's hiding under the washing machine. I don't know what to do. We need to bring her back. And I was like, no, like, that's so okay. That will happen for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it took probably like 2 weeks before we were able to bring them together.
Yeah, that's so good that you did that, because I know like probably Jack was hissing or she was scared. She needed her own space, like get her sense in the house. And I'm glad though that it worked out that they get along now, because sometimes certain cats never get like mine coexist,
Yes.
but they don't love each
Well,
other.
what is it like for you then? I mean, like, what they're not like kissing or anything, you know?
They're near each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes a
I
lot
mean,
of
I guess
times
that's
they're
more
laying
mine.
near each other, but then Lino will start grooming her too much and she doesn't like it and they start fighting. And that's like maybe
Yeah.
once a day. So that makes me sad. But I mean, I think they do like being together. Like it's nice
Yeah.
having another of your species in the house. Like if my husband and I are gone all day, I feel good that they have a friend. Like have you noticed any difference with Jack? Like having
Oh,
Opal
yeah.
around? Yeah.
I think so. I mean, honestly, they kind of have that relationship too, to be honest. But I'm like, at least they're not like hissing at each other.
Yeah.
But absolutely. I mean, it wasn't until pretty much 2 years ago when maybe I think it was when I was leaving Florida actually when I had started thinking about getting another cat, which I'll tell the story too about a foster
Yes,
cat.
yes.
But I feel like and that was when I had learned from the cat ladies, I think, that I had started to become friends with, that it's like you really do want to have two cats. And I didn't know that before, but that's now I think just common practice usually in like getting cats, so it's kind of good to have two of them together. But so yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed a huge difference with Jack when I got another cat, where like you'd notice like at night like, I can tell if he's, like, annoyed because he'll, like, scratch at things at night that will, like, wake us up. Like, he's smart like that, you know what I mean? Like, cats
My
know
Lion-O does that too.
Yes.
He scratches at something and then I get up and
Something
feed him.
specifically
I
loud.
reinforce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally
yeah.
me too. Literally me, because I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, I can spoil my cat, it's fine. But then, yeah, he'll continue to do that. But it's funny because, like, after we got Opal, like, he just does not do that anymore, which I think it just means, you know, he's getting more activity and, you know, he's probably not quite as bored.
Oh, that's such a
Um,
win. That's such a big win. That means like he's having more fun. He's running around. Yeah, he's a happier cat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I want to tell the story about a foster cat I had in Florida
Please.
too, actually. So this is a funny story with cats where here, let me get him back for this if he wants. And this is a funny story with cats because I got a foster cat that was another orange cat that's actually there's like a shot of him in the cat lady doc from when I was okay. That's okay, Jack. But there was a shot of him in the cat lady doc from when I was working at the news station. I actually did a few promos with Cindy too, so I was able to film a little bit with a nicer camera
Oh,
for
that's cool.
some of that. And she actually brought me this foster cat. His name is Benny. I loved him. He was so sweet. And he was an orange cat, just like Jack. And it was so funny because I, of course, as you do, keep them separated. So I kept him in a bathroom for like 2 weeks. And because he was getting fixed, so he had to be kept away. And he was a cat, probably semi-feral. I mean, because he was nicer, but like it was so funny because it was like he got fixed. We kept him in the bathroom for another week. And in the bathroom, he would be, anytime Jack would come to the door, they would be like hissing and scratching at each other. And he would be, and the foster cat, Benny, was so moody. You know what I mean? Like, he really didn't seem like he was friendly at all. And then it was like a few weeks, and after he had healed from getting fixed, and we were finally able to let him out because he would just be meowing so much. And it was so funny because then as soon as we let him out, it was like he became the friendliest cat ever. This cat is adopted. He's very happy now. I think he's living in Rhode Island. But it was so funny. I still think about him sometimes because that was very funny where it was him and Jack and they both looked the same and they would just groom each other in the most, honestly, like almost disgusting way. I had to pull them apart sometimes. It was like looked sexual in a way.
A little intense.
It was cute, but it was cute. You know what I mean? When like the cats are really grooming each other and it's so funny. And so that was sweet. So that was with foster cats where I'm like, oh, I need to get another one. And sometimes you don't know. It was like cats really do have personalities like that where like it really felt like, oh, he was just jealous. And now that he's like being welcomed into the family, this cat has like opened up.
Yeah, that is
anyways.
such an awesome experience and a good reminder for folks to foster cats. In animal welfare, we call it a foster fortune when you adopt a foster cat. But even if you don't, people call it foster fail.
That's
so that's
cute.
why I'm
I was
like,
going to say the foster
yeah,
fail.
it's not bad. But also it's just so wonderful to foster. Like you made a huge difference for the shelter or the rescue you worked with. They could take in more cats and help cats because that cat was in your house. And I love the story of how much Jack and him got along. That's so beautiful.
It was so sweet. I still think about him sometimes. That's a funny story because I did not keep that foster cat and everyone thought I was going to keep that foster cat. But I think at the time I was moving to New York. And also, to be honest, he was so talkative. I don't know, people always talk about cats where they're like, "Oh, they're so chatty," and it's like, "Oh, it's crazy though to have a cat meowing all the time." But I still think about him a lot, and so that's a good lesson to people too, where it's like, you really should foster, you don't have to keep them, even if it's, like, such a sweet experience, because it's better to just be able to keep having more cats coming in.
Exactly, and also I wanna tell folks who adopt kittens, they like because
Yeah.
I moved to a different department in my job I'm in now,
Oh my
like the
god,
development
Trap-Neuter.
team, but I used to be a manager at a kitten nursery, and I love kittens, they're so cute, but you don't really see their full personality until they're an adult cat, so you may not know it's a super talkative cat or if it's gonna be a lap cat or so, like you said, cats have all different personalities. They really do. So, like, maybe try to get a cat if you want to foster first to see their personality or adopt an older cat that already is who they are a little bit, or like fostering to see how they are once they're comfortable in your home. Because, yeah, it's totally valid if it's not for you to have a cat that's talking to you all day long if you're working from home or you know what I mean? I get that.
No, but he
You found the
probably
right
might have
home.
calmed down. But yeah, I mean, it's so sweet. It's so sweet to get an older cat especially too, I feel like, because then
Yeah.
they're so grateful and they're so sweet and they'll just, like, sit on your lap. Um,
Yeah, and it breaks my
yeah, they're
heart
so
even
cool
now, it's so
sometimes.
cold here in New York City, and I looked out the
Oh,
window the other day and I saw a little street cat running under to a car to get warmth, and I am so grateful for all the good people here in New York. The independent rescues like
yeah.
Deanne, like, there's so many people in New York, I know hundreds, and, sometimes I feel guilty, that's not my calling is to produce shows to bring people together to
Yeah.
celebrate cats, but I really see, like your film highlights there are people really making a difference because it does break my heart when I see cats outside in the cold.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing to talk about too, where it's like, I mean, I feel bad too in a way where the film really made me think about how there are some people that cannot go to sleep at night because they know that something could be done to help.
Yeah.
I am not one of those people, truthfully. So it's good to help when we can, and also and to really, like, highlight stories of people that do. It's funny because we
That's
also have,
yeah.
like, a feral cat that lives outside, and so, like, with that, like, we got and well, I don't know, this is a good example of, like, you do what you can, where, like, there's a colony probably of 6 feral cats that live in my building. There's
Mhm.
one cat that's very chatty and kind of aggressive with the other cats, and we've brought her onto our porch, and we have, like, a little outdoor cat house for
Aw.
her,
Oh,
and
that's so
anyways, it's really
nice.
cute. And that's been funny where it's like now we can, like, feed her when we
You're
can.
making a
She's
difference.
scratching out on the window earlier, but, like, that's the thing where it's like I'm not helping all the cats. I'm helping the cat that I can that's right there,
Yeah.
and, help when you can.
Yeah, I love that, and I completely agree. All of that resonates, and, like, in animal welfare, we probably in any human welfare too, they call it, like, capacity for care. We only
Oh,
have the
yeah.
capacity to care for what we can and to make a difference in the way that we can, and that's awesome that you're doing that.
Oh,
That's also really cool you have a porch in
I
Bushwick.
know. It's funny. I mean, I would show you. It's not a porch that's got a nice view, but it is a porch, which is
That's
nice.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome that you have a shelter. What is your shelter like? And you'll have to send me a picture too,
I
because I know
will.
there are things we can do. I've done that before with friends, like made these like
Yeah.
styrofoam boxes. We've done certain things that we put outside for
Oh, that's
community
cute.
cats.
Yeah, we
What's
got one
yours like?
online, that was just, like, a little cat box. I think it was, like, $80, to be honest.
Oh, but they made it
But
for this. This is like,
yeah, but they
oh,
made it
nice.
for that. It's like an outdoor animal.
Send me the link later and I'll put it in
Yeah.
our show notes for folks who, hey, this is a good thing that we can do. We're sharing an item that
Yeah.
you got to help animals, and other folks could do this too. And it's an easy thing just to, if you see a neighborhood cat behind and you have a backyard or an area, you could just put that out. That's such a good
Yeah, just that
idea.
with old blankets and towels and, like, have a place that the cats can go. Absolutely.
That's so smart. And you know what? My friend also referred this self-heating cat bed to me, and I got one off
Oh,
Amazon just for my cats. And it
cute.
has kind of like a foam type. I think whatever the bedding is made out of, it kind of like co- collects the heat from the cat's body. My cats seem
Yeah.
to love it. So maybe I'll link that too for anyone who wants to get a self-heating cat
That's a good
bed.
idea in these cold
Yeah.
months, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
if
anytime
for
it
our
gets cold.
indoor yeah, it's gonna be a snowstorm here this we're f recording a little
Yeah.
early, listeners, but it's gonna be a snowstorm. Um, What other? Oh, I think there was another question I wanted to ask you that I probably didn't send to you in advance, but it's
Yeah.
an easy one, which is, do you have a tip for creative cat parents? A tip or a product that you'd recommend to all of our listeners?
Oh, okay. Wow. I do have one thing that I want to mention that is kind of just for any cat person. This was something that I learned from other cat people that have been in it longer than me. And then I know so many friends that are younger that get cats that don't know this. Just kind of random, but you don't have to fill your litter box super high. That's the main thing. Anyways, this is like a big tip that I get from that I learned from rescue folks that I was working with in Florida, where you can just kind of use the base amount of litter at the bottom because you should kind of be scooping it daily, whereas if you put in a really large amount, it's kind of wasteful. That's my one tip. I want to send that out because every single person I meet that gets cats and watches my cats ends up filling the litter box like inches thick. And guys, you don't need to do it. You can keep it really light and just scoop it out. What else? Oh, wait, also, no, I do actually have another thing. We have this toy that our cats have been obsessed with. That's like the most basic toy I've ever seen. Gemma, I also want to ask you some questions about like what you've been doing with
Oh, oh,
rescue.
oh, yeah, because you're a journalist, so you're
I'm just
you're like, what?
curious.
You're so good at that. You're good. Oh, I love this toy. Okay, describe
So
the toy. Yeah.
okay, so this toy it's so funny. Someone I think gifted this to us, and oh, now it looks all red. It's just like truly just a wire with like little wooden bits at the end. And I gotta tell you, my cats go crazier for this than any toy they've ever gone crazy for.
And we can see it
So
in the background with Opal right now.
yeah. So that's my tip. Like anytime I take it out, she goes so crazy and she jumps really high. And I didn't know that she was that athletic, truthfully, until we got this toy. And then he, who again is very calm and docile, you can see even he's pawing at it, and I'll see him do jumps sometimes, which I haven't seen him do in a while. So yeah, no, like this is actually has been like crazy game changer is this little wire toy. I have to find the link for it. I don't even know what it's called.
I feel like we use them at the kitten nursery because kittens go wild
Oh.
for them and they're really cost effective. They weren't expensive. And I feel like they're called like a crazy cat dancer or something like that.
Yes,
That might be
I
one
think
of the
you're right.
brands.
Yeah, yeah, and it also I remember it was, like, really cheap too, I think, the person that had got it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this is my one tip because I have never seen this toy besides probably outside of, like, actual, like, cat nurseries or, like, shelters, and it's so effective.
Yes, I'm a little jealous because my cats get tired of toys, but I do put them away and try to rotate
Yeah.
them. So I have that one. I'm going to bring it out again and see if initially they'll go crazy for them.
Do you
That
think
is a
I mean,
good
is that
one.
because 'cause they're older? Because 'cause they're 12 and 13?
Well, I think Lionel was crazy playful as a kitten. He's very smart. So I
Yeah.
think I need to get now as he's gotten older, he can. There's this new wand toy I started playing with him and he started kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
enjoying it, but then he'll like I don't know if he knows how I'm going to move it. If I'm predictable, it's not spontaneous, it's not giving him that
Yeah.
hunting. So it might be because they're older, but also sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough at playing with
Yeah.
him. But
I feel
Luna
that
will.
too.
Yeah.
I feel another tip that I'd gotten to that I feel that I now try and keep to is like whenever you're not playing with the cat, which I feel like you probably do this too, where it's like whenever you're
Mhm.
not playing with the cat toys, you keep them away.
Yes.
Yeah, where it's like other people that don't know pets as well, it's like, you'll just leave the toys lying out everywhere. But like ideally, in an ideal world, it's like they're away so then the cats aren't getting bored and then like anytime you bring
Yes.
them out. But also, I mean, I also need to play with them more. I don't know. That's like a constant challenge in a tight apartment. And when you have a busy life, it's like, how do I make sure my cats are getting active?
Absolutely. I'm with you. I feel the same way. I'm like, after this episode, I'm gonna go play with them a little bit. That's a good
That's so
reminder.
cute. I wanted to. Have you used the cat stroller in New York?
I haven't. My
Yeah,
cats,
I haven't.
I'm scared they're gonna get out. For me personally, it would just cause my anxiety, but I have friends who have, and they seem to
Yeah.
really like it. I think it depends on the cats. Like, my cats get kinda stressed even just going outside, going to the vet.
Mine
Oh, it's
too.
not for
I'm
me.
like, I want to, but no, yeah, he gets so stressed about the vet, so I don't
Yeah.
know. I think
But
about
it's
that sometimes
cute.
though. It's
It's
cute.
really cute. It's a cute idea, like, maybe for my next cats. Like, one was a rescue. She was
Yeah.
4 months. I rescued her from behind my apartment in Astoria, Queens, and she's always
Aw.
been kinda skittish. She was, like, the runt of the litter, and Lionos had 2 urinary blockages caused by stress.
Oh my
So
god.
and I'm so scared of that happening again, so I never wanna change his routine too much or
He
so
has 2. Do you do the
I think
prescription food?
yeah, I do prescription food.
Yes.
He had a urinary blockage or 2 or just
He's
1?
had 2 as
Oh,
well,
no, that's
maybe
so
3.
stressful.
Not he's never had to get the full surgery yet. Cause I
Like
have a
the
friend
Mhm.
that just had this, and she had to get her cat's, like, urethra removed?
Yes,
I don't know the
it's
specifics,
cut
but I think
open. It's called a
yes.
PU, and I forget what I work in animal
Yeah.
welfare, I forgot what that stands for. It stands for something, and they usually say 3 times you're out, 3 urinary blockages, you get the PU surgery, which is where they
Yeah.
cut something they open the urethra more because when male cats are blocked, it can be life-threatening because they can't pee, and then the toxins go up into their body or their bladder is overly full. It's so for our listeners who don't know, it's so stressful and scary. So, yeah, we do prescription food and add water to his food
It's so bad.
and Prozac. He's on Prozac.
Oh my god. No, like, but that's so fair because truthfully, a UTI is, like, the number one thing I worry about when I'm traveling
Yeah.
in general in my life where I'm like, "Oh my god, I hope he doesn't get a UTI." But I also had a
Same.
vet tell me, which I don't know how accurate, but I also the vet had said that if you give him the prescription food, which we use Royal Canine because
We
that's
do
what the
too.
vet
You're
recommended.
SO.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I had a vet tell me that if the cat is on that prescription food, they like technically can't get a UTI because maybe this isn't true
Mm.
because the chemicals in the food I don't know, I don't wanna spread misinformation, but all that
I
to
think
say, like,
yeah,
I feel better when he's on the food because all the times that he's gotten a UTI, he was not on the prescription food, and so,
got
like,
it.
when we recently did me and my partner went on a trip to Italy for almost 3 weeks, and we
Wow.
left the cats, and so, of course, I was so stressed about it, and it ended up working out. We had different people visiting them, like, each week,
Okay.
and they
Yeah,
were
that's a
fine.
long time for one person, so glad you had people. I'm glad
Yeah.
they were fine.
And we had someone actually staying here too for a week, which was interesting because usually I just have people stop and check in on them. And I think that also really helped that someone was like actually here the whole time because I mean they're very like social or people friendly cats, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and what you said about the vet with the food, I think you are, like, correct that I've heard a lot of
Oh,
vets tell me,
okay.
"Hey, if your cat's on the food, then you're doing the right thing. It's not gonna happen again." I don't know about
Yeah.
the chemical part, but
Yeah, whether or
I
not it actually can't happen. I don't know for sure, but this
yeah,
prescription food I do think helps a
big
lot.
part.
Yeah.
But I feel a little guilty because Lion-O doesn't love it, so we
Oh
add
no.
Instinct shredded it's like little like, kind of shreds and gravy Instinct I don't know, my other cat has it's rabbit maybe. She has to have novel protein because she has food
Yeah.
allergies, so we
Oh
add
my
that to it, and he likes it. So it's like a little topper, and we mix it
yeah.
in so then he eats the prescription food,
Oh,
but he
that's
won't
good.
eat it by itself. Yeah, so we had to
That's
kinda
good.
get creative, but
How do you feed them separately too? That's always been a challenge for
Mm.
me.
Well, I think Luna is now conditioned to eat in this room that I'm a part
Oh,
of the office.
yeah.
We just feed her, she scarfs and barfs. So we feed her
Okay.
dry food spread out on a plate. I know wet food is better. She does get some of Lionel's wet food and it doesn't bother her
Yeah.
allergies. So it works out. He just can't have her food because he can only have wet food. So he gets moisture so he can pee and have his prescription food. But it works out. I think they're trained now, like to go in the separate rooms. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We need to work on that, but
Oh, yeah, because you
eventually.
don't want Opal getting his or, like, you want Opal
The
to eat him
prescription
not to
food,
eat her
yeah.
food. Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing.
Which apparently the vet had said it's actually fine as long as there's no heart conditions,
Oh,
but either way,
good.
the prescription food is not cheap.
Yeah, no, it is not. I haven't added up how much I spent on my kitties,
I know.
every month, and I'm sure it's a lot. The Prozac's not too expensive, thankfully.
That's good.
Well, is there anything else you would like us to know about your art? Like,
Ooh.
any other things that you've produced or have in the works that have cats inspired by or involved?
Yes. Wow, that's such a good question. My cat content is in progress right now. So you'll have to stay following, stay in contact, stay in touch about all of these things. Um but yeah, follow me on Instagram or on YouTube at Megan Liz Smith. That's where you'll see the majority of my content. I'm putting out videos quite often. I'm a freelance producer. I also produce for Inc. right now, which does a lot of business news and I'm working quite a bit, so I have stuff coming out all the time, and I have big plans for the year, so, yeah.
Yes, follow her, everybody. Okay, thank you so much for being here, and we're going to see what you do next.
Yes, same to you, Gemma. I love Catbaret. I will be there.
And that's a wrap for this episode of Tails and Tassels. So if you have any questions, comments, or just want to say meow, feel free to send us an email at tailsandtasselspod@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. Also, join our community on Instagram at tailsandtasselspod for more updates and behind-the-scenes fun. See you next time, kitty cats.